the weather has cooperated with us. Our 8th grade program is getting so big that if fear of it being raining, we might not have all fit inside the tent. And last year at this time, anyone who was here will remember, it was so hot we literally had to set fans up inside the tent to blow on it. It was absolutely sweltering this week a year ago. So this is a welcome change. As many of you know, though, the weather in Maine is unpredictable, so I'm sure if we wait around 10 minutes or so, it's going to change. And it might start hailing or snowing like it did the other day. That was fun. I want to thank, again, everyone for coming today and for participating and being part of this 8th grade year and helping support our students through their school year. Welcome parents, grandparents, siblings, aunts, uncles, friends, family members who showed up to celebrate this rite of passage. I also want to especially thank our faculty and staff who supported and taught so many of these young students here today, throughout the year, continue to offer them support and guidance. Can we get a round of applause? When I was a young student here, I started a couple of years ago, a couple of years after you, I started in 10th grade. But back then in the 1980s, our dining hall, Ordway Hall, didn't exist. So we ate our meals on that first floor of Daring over there, which is also now our girls' dormitory. But it used to be the girls' dormitory and the dining hall. And I don't know how, I look back on it, I don't know how we fit into such a small space, but we did. And it felt cozy and it felt family-like, it was warm, it was familiar. And every day that I entered the dining hall, 3 times a day, in for breakfast, out again, in for lunch, out again, in for dinner, and out again, I was greeted by an inscription. The students at Gould today, you don't see it, you might not notice it. Does anyone know what's written above the entry to those old entries to Gary inside the courtyard there? Yeah.
One says like there's no such strength as kindness, or something along those lines.
That's good. That's
kind of reverse.
Yeah, that's right. It's a quote by St. Francis de Sales. And the quote actually says, "Nothing so strong as gentleness. Nothing so gentle as true." Very, very, I'm very impressed, I have to say. Very, no, close. Most people, like I said, you know, as a student, we went in and out of that building every day. So you looked up and you saw it. On your way in, you saw one half the quote. On your way out, you saw across the other half. Why is that important? What does it signify? What does it mean? I think the words that we repeat to ourselves, whether we read them or they're spoken to us on a daily basis, they have a way of singing, reminding us of what's essential and what's important. They sort of stick in our consciousness, they become part of our collective community and our spirit and our culture. I want to talk a little bit about comic books. Anyone here a superhero fan, comic books fan? X-Men? Anyone see the X-Men movies? Students? Don't be shy. Okay. Well, my favorite superhero when I was a kid growing up was the Wolverine. Everyone know the Wolverine? Yeah, some nodding heads. If you're not familiar with who the Wolverine was, the Wolverine was a mutant. And mutant in a good way. This is not a pejorative term, but mutant in a good way. Part of the band of the X-Men, led by a telekinetic Professor Xavier. Wolverine, whose name was Logan, possessed superhuman strength, 12-inch claws that extended from his hands, bones infused with adamantium, which was a rare, unbreakable metal that had fallen in an asteroid to Earth, a meteorite to Earth, and the government had found it, and they figured out a way to secrete it into his bones. And so he had these unbreakable bones, and so he couldn't be killed. And had this superpower where he could recover from any wound. He had powers of healing, so he would get a sword slashed across his chest, and it would just miraculously heal. If you haven't seen if you're not a comic books fan, if you don't want to read, and you prefer video, there are many X-Men movies that are out today, so you can go out and rent them after this, and you can see what I'm talking about. Anyway, as a child, I admired Wolverine, and I admired him for his unwavering courage and his invincibility and for the punishment that he meted out in the bad guys. Wolverine always stood up for what was right and defended those who could not defend themselves. And I think as an early young teenager, Wolverine represented what and who I wished I could be. Invincible, impervious, courageous. Growing up isn't easy. It's especially hard these days. It's full of pitfall and peril. And humans can be quite mean to each other, often unintentionally. Part of our passage through middle school is about learning to think of others outside of ourselves, building empathy, compassion, and care. We learn that the things we say and do often have these unintentional consequences, and sometimes intentional. And that what debases or hurts one of us debases and brings harm to us all. The words we choose, the things we say, the actions we take matter. And we should always ask ourselves these three questions before we do or say something. Is it true? Will it hurt it? Is it necessary? So as I've grown older, I've come to reevaluate Wolverine's greatest superpower, and I want to share what is often overlooked. Fans of the X-Men comic books, X-Men movie franchise, know that Wolverine can recover from it. But we also know that Wolverine feels pain just like everyone. Bullet to the chest, he feels it. Stab wound in the leg, he feels it. Radiation from a nuclear blast, Wolverine feels the pain searing through his flesh and his body, just as any mortal human would, just as any of us would. Wolverine's greatest strength, therefore, is not his ability, or his claws, or his unbreakable bones, or even his superhuman physical strength. His greatest attribute is his courage and his kindness. His strength to stand up for what is right and just. Even knowing the pain that he will suffer, knowing what the cost is, he still puts himself in harm's way to care for others. So I go back to there is nothing so strong as gentleness and nothing so gentle as no strength. You may be asking yourselves, does this happen? Well, I can attest that this year has seen remarkable growth from this group of friends. It wasn't always easy, was it? But we've witnessed you transform from the loose connection of individuals searching for identity, jostling, poking, thinking, trying to understand this class, where you fit in, your place in the world, what the school is about, into a fine collection of really upstanding and capable students. You turn into a community, a class. I want you to pause for a moment. Think about your journey. Who has been a role model for you? Who has been your superhero here at school? Someone who helped show you the way. Someone you look up to saying, I want to be like that person when I'm in this school, when I'm a student. Just take a minute. Shrink that down a little bit. Think about your own journey. Shrink that down a little bit. Who do you want to be next year when you return as a ninth grader? How will you represent your family and your school this summer when you're out in the wide world? Who will you be tomorrow? Who have you become today? How will you carry the lessons that you've learned this year forward? The skills and the grace, strength and gentleness to help make the world. You see, we don't need to be a mutant, blessed with unbreakable bones and 12-inch claws to have superpowers. Courage, kindness, curiosity, patience, resilience, resolve, perseverance, love. These are the greatest strengths, and they live within all of us. All you need to do is unlock the door for them to shine through. As you end your 8th grade year, students, to head off on your summer adventures, as you return to Gould next August for your first year of high school, I want you to hone your powers, your superpowers. think about the type of person, citizen, classmate, friend, companion you will be to others. The lessons that you've learned this year at Gould will strengthen you and help shape you into a curious, creative, courageous, and kind human beings. Ones who aren't afraid, who will never back down from a challenge, or better yet, never pass up on an opportunity to be vulnerable, to be gentle, to lead with love, to show up for others in a time of need, to share your compassion, your forgiveness, your grace, to be present and to truly care for each other as human beings. There's nothing so strong as gentleness, and nothing so gentle as strength. It's been a pleasure to watch you grow and thrive this year, and have you all in school going forward. As you return next year, ninth grade. For some of our international students who will be returning, to carry the lessons forward. I'm here for you. And always come back and help you. So congratulations to this class. It's a more ceremony to get through. I'm so appreciative of you being here and you being here today, and supporting our students and supporting our faculty and staff. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. That was wonderful. This is an amazing crowd. This is awesome. I'm so glad to see parents, grandparents, faculty, administrators, friends, and most importantly, this class of, what is your class year? 2027. So for those who don't know me, my name is Nancy Barstow. I am the middle school coordinator and the 8th grade history teacher, and the parent of Rosie Barstow, who's sitting right here. So I will say, repeat what Mr. Smith said, that this has been an extraordinary year of growth and learning for you all. And it would not have been possible without this stellar 8th grade team. So I and this is the core group right here, but we have people like MC, who's been working with kids all year long. We have people like Miss Baker, who has taken care of you in the library, and also somebody who needs an extra special thank you is Mrs. Derry, who was a key person during GPS and helped us with this, getting this beautiful event set up, and you have always paid extra special attention to these groups of kids, so thank you. Okay, so I think that you are all an extraordinary group of students. You are mature, you are bright, you are motivated, and what is the other one I wrote? You are kind. And that will all take you very far. So, that being said, there were definitely moments this year, right? Not every moment was a perfect moment, right, Felipe? Yes. But I think that in these moments, there was growth and learning, and it was often seen, maybe not right away, but toward the end of the year, that person got that. So that's really nice to see. So I think that I can speak for the team by saying that we all have wonderful memories of you. We're glad that you're mostly returning. We're sad to see you weren't. But I think that we all will come away from this year with a lot of wonderful memories. So pause, and when you hear your name, we would like you to stand up. Okay? And we'll start with English, and invite Mr. Rufus to share his thoughts.
Parents, grandparents here. So I'm going to present 2 awards, the 8th grade book award in English. Ambitious and engaged, this student set clear goals and then she set out to accomplish them. Distinguishing herself as a stellar student of English and as a compassionate classmate in the process. Congratulations to Rosie Hart. The next award is the Scholar Shelf Award for 8th grade English. Possessed of notable determination and a strong work ethic, this student found her voice, tapped into her strong sense of integrity, and emerged as a leader in English. Congratulations, Gretchen Hina. Next up, my esteemed colleague is Natalie Lindley to present the Spanish Awards.
Good afternoon. The 8th grade Spanish Book Award was presented to Bear Otten. Bear has strong language acquisition, great enthusiasm, and curiosity. Throughout the year, he pushed himself to communicate to the best of his ability in Spanish. It was wonderful to see how well his communication skills developed as he acquired more vocabulary and quickly applied the language. So congratulations to Bear, who is not here today, but we can give him another. Natalie Pellerin was the recipient of the Spanish Scholar Shelf Award. Natalie demonstrated consistent effort, understanding, and strong retention of the Spanish language. She is a helpful classmate and resource for the students. Congratulations. And I'd like to introduce Sarah Crockett to present the science.
This year's book award went to Mallory Raymond. Mallory is a hardworking, determined, and intrinsically motivated student. In the classroom, one thing that stands out in particular about Mallory is that she seeks feedback and continues revising until her best work is done. Congratulations. The Scholar Shelf Award went to Gabe Keene. When I think of a model, student athlete, Gabe immediately comes to mind. Not only is he an engaged learner and thorough with his work, but he is incredibly responsible. When he travels, he checks in both verbally and via email before, during, and after his trips. Before nationals, he had clearly reviewed the upcoming work on Canvas, asked clarifying questions, printed out his assignments, and even completed some before he left. Congratulations, Gabe. Then up next we have Stephen with the Math Awards.
I feel special. I have 3 awards. The first one is on behalf of Miss Kramer. So the first 8th grade book award goes to Grace Scott. Not only does Grace hold her own in a class of older peers, she also excels in the added rigor, contributing to a positive classroom culture. She helps her classmates to succeed together. Alright, the next book award goes to a student with a great passion for math and a desire for knowledge. The student has an appreciation for efficiency, and I know he will be successful in his future math endeavors. I am delighted to present this award to Ezra Sachs. In the Scholar Shelf Award, the student is always positively impacting the classroom, and she consistently is asking tough questions for further discussion. Her organizational and teamwork skills allow her to be an effective leader in the classroom. This year's Book Shelf Award is given to Luke Brown. And I will now reintroduce Nancy Barstow back.
very passionate history student who puts his all into every assignment and every moment in class. I would not be surprised if history has something to do with his college career or beyond. Congratulations, Vaughn. The Scholar Shelf Award for History went to another very deserving student, Elise Moody. Elise is a very engaged student who is very interested in making historical connections. I think Elise's ability to find connections in academic content will take her far. Congratulations, Elise. I'm also presenting the art and French awards. So from Ms. Head, these are comments for Finn. The art award went to Finn Lane, willing to go the extra mile to make his work stand out. An example of this is Finn's collage, which went through several iterations until it reached its best solution. Great eye for form and composition. Congratulations, Finn. And then the Scholar Shelf Award for okay, here we go. Is Elise again. Elise always strove to do her best work no matter the time it took, and was insightful with her comments during class discussions. Congratulations, Elise. Okay, French. Madame wrote a lot. And was very sad that she was unable to be here. But there are two book awards for French. The first goes to Gabe Keane. Working with Gabe this year has truly been a delightful experience. These are words from John. I've been thoroughly impressed by his dedication to his studies, as he has consistently demonstrated a strong commitment to learning. Gabe's honesty and earnestness are truly commendable, and I couldn't be prouder of his remarkable progress throughout this year. Congratulations. Okay, the next goes to Gretchen Dion. Gretchen possesses a curious mind, posing thought-provoking questions to ensure her understanding of assignments. Not only does Gretchen exhibit a strong willingness to review her work when necessary, but she does so without hesitation. Her meticulous organization of notes is consistently commendable, reflecting her dedication to maintaining a comprehensive and structured learning process. Congratulations. And then the Bookshelf Award for French goes to Caroline Troy. Caroline's exemplary commitment to completing assignments on time and with great proficiency has been remarkable. Her exceptional French reading skills truly stand out, and her active engagement in class makes her an invaluable participant. Congratulations, Caroline. I am going to invite Sammy Walker up to read a special note that, so since Lola left is unable to be here, she wanted to read a special note, and Sammy is the.
I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to all my students for making this year truly unforgettable. Each and every one of you exhibited remarkable dedication and worked diligently to overcome the challenges of learning language or adding another language to your repertoire. Together we have made invaluable our cultural understanding. Allow me to share with you the inscribed motto of the French National Society, which I hope you will all receive someday. One who speaks only one language is one person, but one who speaks two languages is two people. This quote summarizes the profound impact and transformative power of embracing multilingualism. Yeah, and now Caroline Choi is going to play a
preparing for this ceremony, with input from the students, it was decided that one member of the 8th grade class would deliver a speech. We asked the students to reflect one last time on their community agreements as they nominated a class speaker. It became clear that there was not one, but two students who stood out among their peers. Please welcome Mallory Raymond and Vaughn Ross.
Thank you all for coming to the 8th grade ceremony of 2023. This year I've learned so much from my experiences and the people around me. I refer to this year as the year of discovery. The year of discovering that life isn't as easy as it was from the perspective of a young child. The year of discovering that there are many adventures ahead. At the beginning of the year during orientation, there were many lessons learned, like how to run from a slow and angry wasp, and how to make a pepperoni and peanut butter wrap. But the biggest lesson learned on the trip at Camp Kawani was to appreciate the great outdoors. Each day we hiked several peaks and explored the woods. Each and every one of us got the chance to take in the beauty of the land where we live. I remember hearing people say they just want to take in the view. This made me realize how fortunate we are for having access to such places of beauty. Though the hikes proved to be very challenging at times, the views at the top always seemed to be worth it. From this experience, I learned that pushing for discomfort will open new doors with new possibilities. It may not always be easy, but it will make you stronger, and in the end, the view will hopefully be worth it. This year, I've had the opportunity to learn and appreciate others' perspectives. One of the biggest lessons I've learned is not to compare my struggles to those of others, because we are all on our own path in life. At the Student Leadership Conference in the fall, we all focused on our own strengths and commemorated that they were different. Well, this night, I got to recognize my favorite saying, soon enough, this will be over. Well, this might sound negative, this keeps me going. I've learned to embrace the difficulty and appreciate the good times. Live in the moments of joy and the moments of struggle, because the challenges taught me more about who I am as a friend, a leader, and a student. I've learned not to compare my experiences, but to empathize and embrace the strengths of those around me. We are all unique in our own way, and we should celebrate our differences.
I have a memory from the early fall of Mr. Smith telling us how this year was going to be the year of discovery, or the year of learning. He was right. Thinking back to the people at that orientation, they almost felt like strangers, even to Matt. From learning about snow science on Mount Washington, and learning to boil and bake bagels at the Gemini, and exploring the city of Boston, I've learned so much about people that are not part of my immediate friend group. There are several experiences we shared, be it the doors separating the boys, those midnight conversations about the day, or May season on an apple. What all these experiences have in common is we didn't experience them alone, however, with the people we met on orientation. For me, it was playing Cards Against Humanity with friends in the Boston hostel. The point is, we have all bonded with each other. Whether we have noticed it or not, we have all connected in some way or another. Through our experiences and in Boston and throughout the year. Lastly, one thing I want everyone to take from today's speech is don't rush through your life. As 4 Point taught me, it's not about the destination or the things you receive, but the people around you who experienced it with. For instance, in life you might not need to know how to boil a polynomial, but you'll need to know how to solve a problem. So embrace the process. If you rush through life's opportunities, you'll miss the beauty. There's still so much to learn and discover in the world. After all, this is the Discovery Year, and we should continue to discover it together. I want to thank the people who made 4 Point possible, including the Forest Service at Mount Washington and the Gemini for an awesome 4 Point experience. Thanks to 8th grade teachers for preparing us for 9th grade and our entry into high school. Also a special thanks to my fellow 8th graders for being the greatest friends and acquaintances ever. And thanks parents for providing us with the opportunity to let us attend Gould. With this, I would like to thank you and have a great rest of your day. Introducing Ben on piano.
Wow, thank you, students. That was amazing. So now we have the certificates that we are going to hand out. I want to remind our 8th graders that the school year is not over. Just because you received this document doesn't mean that you finished the school year. We've got 5 more days left, Monday through Friday, yes. So need to show up, make your bed in the morning, do your homework, prepare for your classes, and be a good citizen. So, we will start, and it's interesting listening to the French and Spanish ones. I spoke French, I speak French, and I got some help from Turkey here with my pronunciation of some of the last names, but I'm probably going to say them with a French accent, so my disclaimer. Our first student, Felipe Ausita Reed de Velasco. Teacher, I am so sorry. I'll meet you after class. Rosalie Barstow. Caroline Choi. Hunter Franklin. Grace Goff. Maeve Rocky. Gretchen Keough. Gabriel Key. Holden Kunsen. Finn Lane. Elise Moody. I'm going to mention, Bear is not here today, but Bear Otten. Natalie Peller. Sergi Purigamasa. Mauricio Valdez Barrera. Natalie Rachel. Vaughn Ross. And again, not with us today, but Grace Scott. Ezra Tapas. Bjorn Vandenboom. Micah Vandenboom. Juan Pablo Wagner Perez. Samuel Walker. All right, phew, I just got through the hardest part. Not very well at times. I'll see you after class. We have some closing remarks, which is basically to say thank you all for coming. Thank you for supporting our students. I also want to have a moment of appreciation for the breeze today. It may have made it a little chilly under the tent, but it's better than black flies. And we are in black fly season here today, so this was appreciated. Many of you have come today from far and wide, and we appreciate the effort and the care that you took in coming and supporting these wonderful students. And for those of you who have been here all year long, our teachers, our faculty, our dorm parents, moms and dads, thank you so much for a really wonderful year. This 8th grade program at Gould is relatively new. It's something we started during COVID as a response to some pretty adverse sort of circumstances. And it just goes to show that from something difficult, from something painful, things of beauty and things of worth can be born. We're really proud of this group of students. We're proud of this new program, and we're looking forward to the legacy that they have left for next year's class, entering 8th grade class. The students have some big shoes to fill. So thank you all again for coming. We do have a small reception over here in front of Bingham Auditorium, and we'd love for you to come join us and enjoy the rest of this beautiful Sunday afternoon.